Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Newsies, the Disney Broadway musical. So this is based on the original film from 1992, starring Christian Bale, based on a book by Harvey Firestein, which I did not realize, with music by Alan Menken. Okay, this is, I mean, beyond the Harvey Firestein thing, he's had some involvement with Disney, but beyond coming from Harvey Firestein, this is very much a adaptation of another version of a Disney classic, and it lives on its own. We looked at Newsies years ago, a year ago. I honestly don't even know how long ago we watched it, but it was big musical thing. I think though, even though you may love the songs and love the characters and everything else from the film, and you may be very beholden to watching just that version because maybe you grew up with it or you just love it for whatever reason. This Newsies without Christian Bale has stands on its own. It's obviously it's a Broadway musical, so there's different production elements involved just to make it what it is. And I honestly I can't remember whether it's based if it has different songs or more songs or less songs. I have a feeling it has more songs. I don't know. It's 2 hours and what is it? 2 hours and 14 minutes long. This is 2 hours and 29 minutes. 2 hours and 14 minutes long. It might be longer if there's another version out there, but on Disney Plus, it's 2 hours and 14 minutes long, and it's from 2017. So 5 years ago that they produced this and put it out. It had been on Broadway, I guess, for a while, and it's got a great set of actors playing all the roles you love. And we got Jack Kelly, played by Jeremy Jordan. He's appeared in some other things like the DC stuff like Flash and Supergirl and things like that. But of course, I think he's been on Smash and a few other things. But he's like the star of this. He is leading a very talented cast, both singing and dancing and just performing in the big Broadway way. Again, do not treat this as if this is a film. It has they have to project, and a lot of this I felt like they were lip syncing, like it's that clear. It's that you know, it's that I don't know. They sound different. It sounds too perfect almost. Now I realize that they're playing a little trick on us. More than likely, I could be completely wrong. Yes, elements of this was filmed in front of a full sold out audience on Broadway. Absolutely, especially when you get the end of songs and cutaways, people cheering and clapping and standing ovations and everything else. Yes, all of that. There's plenty of cameras in the room filming all of that. Now, when it comes to more intimate moments, tighter shots, things like that, yes, cameras can zoom in and do all sorts of stuff. But I think there's a lot of angles, a lot of close ups that you wouldn't normally get if they were shooting this during a normal performance. So I have a feeling that they shot parts of this without an audience. That I could, you might be going, yeah, really? Duh. Or some of you might be going, you're full of crap. But either way, I have no idea. That's my guess. I mean, because it's you get so many angles obviously that you don't get when you're just sitting in a theater watching these things. So yeah, there's a heightened bit of drama that's added with the filmic version, the filmic presentation of this musical, and of course, never going to be a mistake. You're not going to find anybody losing their lines or forgetting a song or whatever it is. There's not going to be any flubs or somebody flips around the wrong way because you know what, they're going to pick the best version as they can get. So yeah, when they edit it all together, and so it's the music is sounds perfect, sounds clean. I imagine this is a really fun soundtrack album. But we also have you love what you love if you're beholden to the film, but still, I'd say if you've somehow avoided watching this, even though you love Newsies, it's time to give this a chance. You have Disney Plus. You've already paid for it. Watch it. I liked it more than I thought I would. I've been in New York a lot of times. I know that city really well, and I've never been to an actual proper Broadway musical. I just never been with the people who wanted to go to those things. So, and I also didn't feel like going alone because there's been a bunch of times I've been just there wandering the streets by myself at all hours of the night and day, and I just didn't feel like, hey, let me just pop into Lion King or Les Mis by myself. It just didn't feel right. So, yeah, this is. I think you get a chance. This is worth your time if you want to something just to play big and loud while you're cleaning the house. If you didn't feel like watching it, just like, but you'll probably be drawn into it. It's the kind of thing that you can pretty just jam out to this while you're dusting, I guess. I don't know. But it's a good time. There's lots of good humor. Only one time do they break the fourth wall at all, which is actually pretty funny. So it's a lot of good line delivery, and it's also, if you don't already know, if you haven't even seen the original movie, this is based on a true story. The details were not exactly the same, but yeah, it's about, if you don't know already, it's about early 20th century newspaper kids called Newsies who decide that after the richest man in New York, or at the time at least, one of the richest men in New York, Pulitzer, you might recognize that name. They named an award after him for journalism. He decides to up the price to make more profit at the expense of the Newsies, who would take a bite and take a hit because, rather than spending, whatever, how much, 5 cents a paper, they'd have to pay more per paper, and then they would lose anything they wouldn't sell. So it's the beginning of a strike, and they get that because there's a trolley driver's strike that's happening around at that time, and it's about people taking power from themselves from the wealthy who abuse them and take advantage of them, because this is a time when children, literally, children are expected to work, where they should be in school, they should be having fun, playing in the park, whatever it is, not working to not starve. So yeah, this is it takes a very serious thing, and it goes beyond that. So it goes beyond just striking for Newsies. It's a greater thing that leads to other things, such as making it so that child labor is not a thing anymore. That is not legal, and many other social reforms over the years. Teddy Roosevelt shows up in this, so if that gives you any idea. But yeah, it's a good fun time, and it's got romance, it's got action, there's a little bit of fighting here and there, and of course big musical numbers from a very talented cast. Let's pick tomorrow's episode.
157.
157. Didn't we just have something in the 150s? Find out. We did have a 155, I guess. That was a while ago, though. All right, 157. It is a documentary or docu-series, but it's not about mummies. It's not about, lions in Africa on a river or something. It's something completely different that I don't think we've seen before. It could be a reality show for all I know, because that falls into this color scheme. But we'll find out tomorrow, because we're going to be watching Foodtastic. Yeah. Foodtastic is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.